This factory floor is a conveyor belt to an early grave. My father died with a wrench in his hand and a dead in his chest. I'm walking through the steam like a man possessed by a bearded ghost. Every bolt I tighten feel like a nail in the coffin of my dreams. The same old stories are told over the same lukewarm lunch. The tank is full and the paper map is burned to ashes. My heart is a piston hitting 6,000 revolutions per minute. The gate is open and I'm not looking for anyone's permission. I'm screaming at the sky with the windows rolled down to the floor. The state line is a finish line for a race I didn't know I was in. Trading the industrial grave for the gold of a western sunset. I'm a hurricane of dust, leaving the struggle in the rear view. I left the engine idling while I walked back to the front office. Dropped my tool belt on the floor and didn't say a single word. The silence of the parking lot was the loudest thing I've ever heard. Then I slammed the door and let the gravel fly towards the fence. I'm leaving the shadow of the smokestack for the heat of the road. Every bridge I cross is a bridge I'm burning behind my back. The radio is playing a song that sounds like the first day of spring. I've got the wind for a compass and the stars for a master plan. Nothing can stop the momentum of a man who's finally broken free. I used to think the world ended at the edge of the county limit, but the asphalt is singing a different tune about the miles ahead. I'm shedding the skin of the laborer and becoming the traveler, triumphant and tired, but more alive than I've ever been. I'm an outlaw of the ordinary, stealing back the years I lost. The stars are mapping out a path that doesn't lead back to the mill. Freedom isn't a destination, it's the way the ties I'm on the blacktop. I'm finally the pilot of a life that was grounded for too long. Let the engine sing the ending of the hardest chapter I ever wrote. Moving toward the morning with the pedal pressed to the iron. Gone into the light, never looking back.
I was trying to write a goodbye that sounded like an invitation to stay, but the words wouldn't come cause the truth was too heavy for the paper. You were moving toward the city and I was rooted in the red clay soil. We shared a life like a book that we both forgot to keep reading, until we realized the last chapter had already been written in the silence. The pressure of the onset is cracking the windows of this house, and the ticking of the grandfather clock sounds like a final warning. Love didn't break under the pressure, it just evaporated like morning mist, leaving us with a geography that no map could ever truly explain. I watched you pack your heart into a box and tape it shut for good, while I stood in the doorway with 1,000 weights stuck in my throat. Now the distance is a canyon where my voice just echoes back to me. I looked in the mirror, my that smells like rain and empty promises. I found a single earring in the couch cushions like a silver tear. Every time the phone rings, I hope it's a wrong number or a ghost, because the truth of your absence is harder to swallow than cheap whiskey. We grew apart like two trees, searching for different patches of sun, until our roots were the only things keeping us from moving on. The air feels thick with the weight of the letters I never mailed, and the horizon is looking more like a wall than a doorway today. Heartbreak isn't always a storm, sometimes it is just a drought. Watching the person you love become a stranger in a different zip code. I gave you my hand, but I never gave you a reason to stay put. Now the highway is singing a song that I don't know the words to, and the distance is a thief that stole the warmth from my bed. I spent my words on the harvest while your heart was starving for a sign, thinking that providing meant more than just being there to listen. I let my ego drive the truck while you were walking in the ditch, blaming the miles when I should have been blaming my own stubborn feet. It wasn't your departure that broke us, it was my long-term stay in a version of myself that didn't have any room for your needs. I'm stripping back the layers of the man I thought I had to be, revealing a vulnerability that I've hidden for 20 long years. It's honest and it's ugly, but it's the only truth I have left. I am changing for the better, even if it's too late for you to see. The morning fog is lifting and the road ahead looks clear and cold. I'll keep walking forward even if I'm walking into the wind. There is a peace in knowing that you're finally chasing your light. I'll find my own way home through the quiet you left behind.
Blinking yellow light at the crossroads looks like a dying heartbeat in the fog. I'm passing the diner where the neon sign is missing the R and the E tonight. My tires are humming a funeral march on the bridge or the muddy creek. I can see the ripple of the water catching the pale light of a lonesome moon. The dashboard lights are a dim green glow, reflecting the fear in my tired eyes. I'm holding my breath as I pass the lane that leads to her daddy's farmhouse. Every turn of the engine feels like a clock ticking down an inevitable end. Wildfire smoke is drifting down from the hills where we used to hunt for treasure. The scent of her lavender soap still haunts the upholstery of this old bench seat. Rusty chains are clanking on the swing set in the park where we carved our vows. 1,000 stories are written in the dirt of these back roads I tried to forget. decade chasing a shadow while the real sun was sitting right behind me. I let the bottle speak for me when I should have used my own damn voice to stay. Now the porch light is off at her place, and there's a strange car parked in the drive. That's a price you pay for leaving a heart out in the cold for too many winters. I'm shouting at the wind 'cause the wind is the only thing that will listen to me now. I was wrong to think that distance could ever cure the sickness of a restless spirit. I'm dropping my guard and letting the truth cut through the armor I built around my heart. The road ahead is dark, but my mind is clearer than it's been in a dozen years. I'll take the long way out of town and leave the ghosts to their peaceful slumber. It's a quiet kind of mercy to know that life goes on, even when you aren't there. Rain streaks across the windshield like tears on a dusty face in the middle of July. I'm driving past the high school stadium where the lights are out and the grass is brown. The smell of damp asphalt is mixing with the memory of a cold beer on a Friday night. I can hear the ghost of the crowd cheering for a boy I don't recognize anymore. Tension is pulling at my heartstrings like a fisherman with a heavy line in the dark. The steering wheel is vibrating with the pulse of a town that refused to change. I'm a stranger in a place where I used to know every dog's name on the street. Broken fences line the pasture where we used to run wild under the summer stars. The taste of iron is on my tongue from the well water we drank behind the barn. Oh, ghosts are hitching a ride in the bed of my truck as I cruise through the square. There's a flickering candle in a window of the church where I fail to pray. I lost the deed to my soul in a card game in Reno, and I never tried to buy it back. Left her waiting at the altar of a dream while I chased a nightmare across the plains. Now I'm looking at the empty lot where my grandfather's house used to stand proud. I traded a lifetime of belonging for a suitcase full of nothing but empty space. I'm confessing to the dashboard that I'm tired of being a man who always runs. I'm breaking the cycle of the road and the whiskey and the lies I told myself at night. This is the breakthrough I needed, standing in the rain in the middle of my own record. my name. The factory whistle sounds like a funeral march for my 85. I've seen the sunrise through a dirty window for far too long. The rust on the gate is the only thing growing in this dead valley. My dreams were gathering dust in the corner of a damp basement, walking the line until I realized the line was a circle. I got a suitcase full of nothing and a heart full of lightning. The engine is singing a hymn about the end of the world. I can feel the gravity losing its grip on my restless bones. I'm flying past the fences where the cows stare at the moon. The speedometer is the only truth I need to believe in right now. Trading the safety of the cave for the danger of the open road. I'm a spark in the dark, heading for the edge of the map. I didn't pack a bag, I just grabbed the jacket off the hook. Left my resignation letter on the kitchen table like a final prayer. The gravel crunched under my tires like the sound of a jail door open, man. By the time they notice I'm gone, I'll be 2 states away. The city lights are fading into the purple haze of the midnight sky. The night is a wide open ocean, and I'm finally learning to sail. Every mile is a brick I'm pulling out of the wall of this town. Kind of finding the melody in the chaos of the rushing wind. No more shadows on the wall, just the glow of the dashboard lights. I look back at the valley and I don't feel the sting of the past. I feel the triumph of the escape and the weight of the new world. I was born for the motion, not the stillness of the assembly line. Finally breathing the air that wasn't recycled by a machine. There's a glory in the motion that justifies the risk of the fall. I'm chasing the ghost of the legends who never play by the rules. The highway is a ribbon that's tied my future to the stars. I'm the master of the miles and the king of the midnight run. Headed for the borderline where the new life finally begins. The engine is a steady heartbeat in the silence of the desert. I'm free.
7,000 mornings, 7,000 free, 7,000 mornings, yeah. 7,000 mornings. 7,000 mornings.
Conversation I've had in years. My reflection in the dining window looks like a stranger I hate. The town square is a circle that never lets anyone leave the middle. I'm tired of the dust and the talk about the weather and the crops. The heavy doors of the mill are closing on the man I used to be, working for a pittance and dying for a dream that wasn't mine. The needle is moving and the shadows are starting to stretch. I've got enough fire in my belly to light up the whole interstate. Everything I own is sitting in the seat right next to me. I'm breaking the silence with a roar that can be heard for miles. The mountains are calling me like a mother I never quite knew, leaving the echoes of the hammer behind for the song of the tires. I'm a comet in the darkness, burning up the road to the coast. I wait until the shift change to make my move into the light. Park the truck at the cliffside and watch the mill smoke rise. Then I turned the wheel toward the west and didn't look back once. The chains of the past are snapping with every gear I shift. I'm a shadow in the moonlight, vanishing into the great wide open. I'm a ghost in the rear view, vanishing into the purple haze. The highway is a ribbon that's tied my future to the stars. No more ceilings or walls, just the infinite stretch of the blue. I'm breathing in the wild and exhaling the smoke of the mill. I've spent 40 years listening to the sound of other men's orders. Now the only voice I hear is the one inside my own chest. It's telling me to run until I find where the sun goes to sleep. Triumphant and reckless, I'm finally living for the unfettered and legendary
small town I'll never visit sits on the table. It's the closest I can get to the life y'all living 3 states away. I remember the way your eyes looked when you talked about the coast, and how I always changed the subject to the weather on the ranch. We were living in the same house, but different time zones for a decade, waiting for a train that we both knew was never gonna pull into the station. The pull of the highway is a frequency I'm finally starting to hear, and the silence in the kitchen is the loudest sound I've ever known. We grew apart like 2 trees searching for different patches of sunlight, until the shade between us was too cold for anything to grow. It wasn't a lie that killed us, but 1,000 truths we never told. Now you're chasing the sunrise while I'm watching the stars go out. Distance is just the physical proof of the gap I let grow in my heart. I realized today that I was counting silence. The porch swinging, swaying in a wind that smells like rain and empty promises. I found a single earring in the couch cushions like a silver tear. Every time the phone rings, I hope it's a wrong number or a ghost, because the truth of your absence is harder to swallow than cheap whiskey. We grew apart like 2 trees searching for different patches of sun, until our roots were the only things keeping us from moving on. The air feels thick with the weight of the letters I'd never mailed, and the horizon is looking more like a wall than a doorway today. Heartbreak isn't always a storm, sometimes it is just a drought. Watching the person you love become a stranger in a different zip code. I gave you my hand, but I never gave you a reason to stay put. Now the highway is singing a song that I don't know the words to, and the distance is a thief that stole the warmth from my bed. I spent my words on the harvest while your heart was starving for a sign, thinking that providing meant more than just being there to listen. I let my ego drive the truck while you were walking in the ditch, blaming the miles when I should have been blaming my own stubborn feet. It wasn't your departure that broke us, it was my long-term stay in a version of myself that didn't have any room for your needs. I'm stripping back the layers of the man I thought I had to be, revealing a vulnerability that I've hidden for 20 long years. It's honest and it's ugly, but it's the only truth I have left. I am changing for the better, even if it's too late for you to see. The morning fog is lifting and the road ahead looks clear and cold. I'll keep walking forward even if I'm walking into the wind. There is a peace in knowing that you're finally chasing your light. I'll find my own way home through the quiet you left behind.
Neon sign outside is bleeding in red onto the jagged gravel. I watch the ceiling fan spin like a slow motion gallows. Every sip of this cheap bourbon tastes like a promise I broke. My hands are shaking under the weight of words I never spoke. The clock on the wall stopped ticking back in 79. I'm just a ghost sitting here waiting for the end of the line. The jukebox is humming a tune that sounds like a warning. The air gets heavy with the scent of a storm coming in. Oh, the shadows are growing long and they're calling out my name. A symphony of regret played on a rusted steel string. There ain't enough water in the well to wash these stains away. The moonlight is a witness to the debt I can never repay. You think I'm just a drifter running from a broken heart, but I was the one who set the match to the family farm. I watched the smoke climb high while I drove toward the state line, leaving my brother to answer for a crime that was purely mine. The gold in my pocket feels heavier than the lead in my chest. The darkness is a blanket that smothers the flickering light. I hear the echoes of sirens screaming through the hollow pine. Justice is a slow-moving train that finally caught the track. There's a hole in my spirit where the mercy used to stack. I'm tired of the running and the lying and the constant fear. I've lived 1,000 lives, but I've never truly been here. God, if you're listening, just turn your head for a second. I'm ready to face the hell that I've spent years beckoning. The bartender's wiping the counter with a cloth made of ghosts. I reach for my keys, but I know I've reached the end of the road. One more glass before the sun forgets to rise again. The door is creaking open now, and the wind begins to howl. Shadows dance in the corner, like the men I left behind in the rain. I'm trying to drown the thunder, but it's rattling in my brain. This glass of rye is the only friend that doesn't ask me why. I'm staring at the ceiling, waiting for the stars to die. The wood of the bar is stained with 100 years of grief. The wind is kicking up the dust along the lonely frontage road. I'm carrying a heavy and a catastrophic load. The air is getting thinner and the lights are turning blue. I'm running out of time and I'm running out of you. There's a cold wind blowing through the cracks in my weary heart. I've been walking disaster right from the very start. The cards on the table are all showing the ace of spades. I'm watching the colors of my life as a memory fades. I'm a widower mourning in a tragic loss, but I'm the one who threw the silver and I'm the one who paid the cost. I sold the location of the hideout to the men in the black suits. I traded my brothers for a suitcase and a pair of shiny boots. Now the money is rotting in a hole beneath the sycamore tree. I can hear the ghosts of the gang riding hard across the plain. Every drop of water on the roof is a bullet in the rain. The devil is a hitchhiker I picked up miles ago. He's sitting right beside me and he's starting to show. I'm confessing to the shadows because the preacher is asleep. I've got promises to break and I've got secrets to keep. My soul is a desert where nothing is ever gonna grow. I'm just a man with nowhere left for a spirit to go. Headlights are sweeping across the empty parking lot. I'm trying to remember the lessons that I was never taught. The engines are idling and the night is nearly done. I'm still sitting here staring at the barrel of the sun. Dust on the screen door, your coffee cup sits cold on the edge of the kitchen counter, looking like a monument to the things we didn't finish. The morning sun is cutting through
through the dust on the floorboards, painting shadows where your boots used to lean against the wall. I've memorized the pattern of the wood grain in this quiet house, thinking back to the summer when we still shared the same air. The stillness in this hallway, screaming your name, and every clock on the wall is ticking like a heavy heart. The map between us is a valley of things left unspoken. It wasn't a betrayal, but a slow drift of the tide. I watched you fade into the distance of a different dream, while I stood still, holding on to a world that already died. Now with silence is a mountain I'm trying to climb alone. I looked at the calendar and saw the dates I spent working while you were building a bridge I was too busy to cross. I thought my ambition was a gift for our future, but I was just buying a ticket to this empty room. I see now that my absence started long before you left, and I'm the one who put the miles in your running shoes. Protect my pride, admitting to the mirror that I was wrong to hold so tight. It takes a broken man to see the beauty in the ruins, and I'm finally learning how to breathe without the ghost of us. I'll leave the porch light off tonight so I can see the stars, knowing you're under the same sky but a different moon. I'm okay with the distance because you finally look free. Good luck on the road that leads you home to yourself.
Through the floorboards like a choir of forgotten sins. I'm sitting where the sidewalk ends and the wilderness begins. The label on the bottle's the only map I'm following tonight. I'm hiding in the darkness because I can't stand the light. My reflection in the window is a man I don't recognize. The rhythmic thumping of my heart is like a muffled drum. I'm waiting for the reckoning that I know is bound sound to come. The shadows are stretching their fingers across the dusty floor. I can hear the sound of someone knocking at the cellar door. It's a long walk home when you've burned every single bridge. I'm standing on the edge of a jagged and a broken ridge. The sky is a bruise and the earth is a cold hard bed. I'm haunted by the things that I should have never said. You see a man who's lonely and looking for a bit of peace, but I'm the one who provided the trigger sweet release. It wasn't an accident, it wasn't a twist of cruel fate. I planned the whole thing out behind the garden gate. I'm the wolf in the sheep's clothing that the shepherd never found. The silence in this room is the loudest thing I've ever heard. I'm choking on the weight of every single wicked word. The highway is a snake that's waiting for me to arrive. I'm the only person left who is barely even alive. Forgive me for the path that I chose to walk alone. I've turned my heart of flesh into a heavy heart of stone. I'm reaching for the bottom, but the floor is falling away. I'm a dying ember at the end of a very long day. The clock is striking midnight and the tavern starts to fade. I'm paying for the choices that I've already made. The key is in the ignition, but the engine won't turn. I'm just waiting for the world to finally start to burn. Spitting watermelon seeds off the back of your porch. We were the kings of the county holding the torch, tracing maps in the dirt with a broken stick, thinking that the bond we had would always stick. Thick as the humidity in a Georgia July, two kids convinced that we'd never say goodbye. The distance isn't measured in the miles on the road, it's the silence that settles under the heavy load. We traded our dreams for the bills and the pride, nowhere left for the young hearts to hide. The beautiful tragedy of becoming someone new. Now your house is filled with voices I've never met. And my life is a gamble with a mountain debt. You speak of the harvest and the price of the grain. I talk of the city and the weight of the rain. The laughter we shared is a muffled old sound, lost in the noise of the world spinning round. Time is a thief that doesn't leave a single trace, except for the lines etched across a weary face. We're just two ships that passed in the morning light, losing our bearings in the middle of the night. Wisdom comes at a cost I didn't want to pay. Bottle and a dusty old frame, searching for the boy who shared my last name. It's okay that we're different now, even if I don't remember how to bridge the gap between us. Rust on the gate, the tire swing is hanging by a single frayed thread. Remember how we jumped into the clover bed. We shared a pack of gum and a secret oath, back when this small town was big enough for both. You had the blueprint, I had the spark, running till the street lights chased away the dark. Life is a river that carves out its own jagged way. The things we didn't mention are the things we can't say. We looked at the horizon and saw two different skies. Now there's a stranger looking through my oldest friend's eyes. The bridge we burned was made of time instead of wood. You settled down with a mortgage and a steady hand. I took the highway searching for the promised land. The car we shared last Christmas felt like a chore, talking about the weather through a locked iron door. Your knuckles are calloused while my soul is just tired. Two different paths that the universe required. Maybe growing up is just learning how to let go of the people we promised we'd always know. The mirror shows a man I barely recognize at all, standing in the shadow of a rising garden wall. It's not that we failed, it's just that we grew. I'll leave a light on for the ghost of you, a quiet nod to the brothers we used to be, before the world stole you away from me. Just a whisper in the pines, walking separate lines.